There we are. We're live. This is amazing. We're live, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We are Rumble Pop Live Edition. This is amazing. We're on the air, guys. We're on the air. Look at that. We're on the air. It's official. We're on the air. We weren't on the air before, but now we are. We weren't before. Now we are. So there
now
you
it's
go.
now it's truly official.
Yes. Now it's truly official. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Everybody say hi to my mom and Dad.
Hi, Mr.
Mom
and
and
Mrs.
Pops.
McKinney. Mrs. McKinney.
Sorry, I did not call to get today, guys. It's been super busy for me here as I plan my trip. Where? Back to Ohio.
Oh, you're gonna go see Mom and Pops. Ooh.
Yeah. My niece is getting married, and I have to go object to the wedding.
Oh my God, Donald.
So how would you object to the wedding?
Well, he didn't ask for my permission, so
There it is.
But you're not Dad. Isn't it supposed to be like
Well-
you're supposed to ask the dad?
Well, when Dad's no longer in the picture, Uncle steps in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, no, you're
Uncle
right. You're right.
steps in.
Yes.
The man.
And if he was a man, he would have asked for my permission. But he's not.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
So now I got to say something. It's got to happen. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. That's what I'm doing. I'm flying home to object. They didn't know this. Now they know. That's my sole purpose. They also don't know what suit I'm going to wear, and it's going to be something ridiculous. I'm sure. It'll be
You
fun.
wear some 70s ruffles suit or something
You
with
could
the
probably,
ruffles.
yeah. It's gonna be a fun night tonight, guys. We've got Big Sal, we've got John Cataline in the house, the bouncer in the house here tonight. We're talking horror stuff, and I was like, man, we got to hit up John and just see maybe some off chance he's available. And he was like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. And and then it started. Yeah, basically, yeah.
It's been so long since we've seen Brother John.
Yes, it has.
Kimberly, hello, and Mr. Sean, hello. Thanks for joining, everybody. I'm going to let Kevin go ahead and take it away. I got some stuff to move around and work on in the background here, and it's not my penis. So.
Whoa. Good Lord,
I'm
man.
just saying. I want to be clear about it, you know?
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Don't need to be.
Hello, everyone in the 24 time zones on planet Earth. Welcome to the most horrific, sometimes zombified and petrified live stream on YouTube, Rumble Pop. And now I'm going to introduce to you my co-host and co-conspirators for the evening. First, the madman in that blue headset. He's from the great state of Ohio. He is Bruce Campbell's #2 fan. And for reasons unknown, this man is able to make ladies throw their undergarments at him anytime he requests it. He is a man that is beloved. He is a man who was voted the #2 sexiest man in North Hollywood, California. He is the original Donald.
It's awfully quiet. You can applause now, people. It's fine. That was wow. So impressive. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
As long as I've been gone, shouldn't he be bumped up to the #1 sexiest man alive? Like, it's been some time, right?
Well, there's competition.
I had
You
a
have to
weight
understand
gain problem, John.
There's competition.
Yeah. Old
Yeah,
age
you know-
hit in, and I couldn't shed the pounds, so I got beat out again.
The problem is there's
Next
men in their early 30s that are really getting him a run for his money right now.
Yeah, it's true.
Next, we go to a man who's originally from this golden state of California. He's a man who spits homicidal rhymes. He's a man who has his own Twitch channel, Osiris Reed, where he does superb gaming and spreads the word of hip-hop lyricism. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for a man that the ladies love. They love to touch him. They love to be loved by his big soul. He is Big Sal Hernandez.
I'm not a crook.
It says party noise, and you click on it, and it's the most lackluster party noise you'll ever experience. Wow.
And last, but certainly not least, the man that we have not seen on this live stream for well over a year and a half. An honorable man, a righteous man, a man who has brought back masculinity to professional wrestling in the Midwest United States. He's a man that if you cross this man, you will receive several compound fractures. and it's not going to be good. He's a man who's lean, mean, and is cut of 235 and 3/4 pounds of muscle. He lays down the law as the bouncer. He is the Archbishop of Pain. He is the Ohio Wrecking Machine, John Cataline.
Right noise.
We'll give you one of these.
There we go.
Much better, much better. Sorry, Sal.
It's all good.
And of course, I'm your humble servant, your humble podcaster, the Grand Master of the Jedi and Vulcan Arts, your Supreme Chancellor, Brother Kevin. And we're going to discuss movies where probably every 5 minutes compound fractures are occurring. Every 5 minutes, blood is being shed. Bones are being ripped. Skin is being torn limb from limb.
Damn.
Oh, yes, brothers and sisters, screams of terror are going to be discussed tonight. Because we're talking about zombie movies.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I see that Brother John is wearing a zombie t-shirt.
I am.
I see that Brother Sal has a particular film in the background. I believe it's is it Versus?
It's Versus, yeah.
And I see that Donald in his background, he's changed the lighting to a very horrific purple, sinister type lighting where any type of hand that that's not attached to a body can come across and choke him out at any moment.
I'm so scared right now.
Very scary, especially the fact he lives by himself. Anything can happen.
I thought I heard moans outside the door, and I'm not sure if it's the neighbors having sex or it's zombies.
Well,
either
you
way,
better pray it's the first thing. You better pray it's the first thing.
You need to go and investigate.
I'm not going to investigate.
Do that.
But everybody does in the movie.
That's how you end up an accidental third, Sal. Oh, you trip. What was that movie that Bonnie was talking about that was so amazing? Moving Violations, I think, was it.
Oh my God, that's a great movie.
The older woman when she falls onto the couple having sex and she's like riding on top, like laying backwards on top of them as they're doing it. This is the best scene.
This guy, the Where's the Beef lady's in that movie too.
Wow, is it?
Oh, she is?
It is a special film. It is really good. So if you guys haven't seen it, highly recommend it. Real quick, I want to throw out some comments here from the chats. Let's see. Grace says, yo, 1483 to the 3 to the 6 to the 9, representing the ABQ. What up, biatch? Albuquerque? Maybe?
ABQ, yeah. I think
that would be like the 505, I think, would be the primary area code, I would imagine, for Albuquerque. But maybe I'm wrong.
I really don't mind.
Yeah.
I believe so.
RMA is here. Did I get it right?
What's up?
RMA?
You got it.
RMA?
You got it.
I got it?
You got it.
Did I get it?
You got it.
Son of a bitch. Okay, so I just want to take this time to pour myself a celebratory drink because, and I've been saving this glass for this occasion, for when I got his name correct. And I know that sounds like what that's lame. It's not for me. This is a triumph. This is a very big moment in my life. So let's make sure there's no dust in there because it's been a while. I got the name wrong a lot. So I've just been sitting here a while. So here we go. We're gonna pour this in there. This is our celebratory moment for getting your name correct, sir. Oh my God, I'm so proud. Such a proud papa right here.
I haven't seen a cup like that since 1976.
He said it's been a while, so
it certainly has.
And I wasn't even alive.
None of us were.
Nope. Not a damn one of us were alive. All right, let's see what else we have. David Phelps says, did you say sexiest man alive or the most sexiest man alive?
See? There it is.
Well, I guess there is a difference, right?
Yeah,
I guess there is a difference.
Sammy says, sup, weirdo? I mean, Donald. Thanks, Sammy. Janet says, hey, Don, Sal, Kevin. I think she said Sal.
Hello.
Nope, that's dirt on my screen. Hello, Don, Sal, Kevin, and John. Good to see you all. And Cage says, you can tell from looking at John's face that he's jacked.
I am
Of course
not.
he is.
It's jacked.
I am not. Thank you.
Don't be humble, sir.
Don't let it fool you.
Don't
Trust
be
me,
humble,
don't let it fool you. No, not at all. I like to be, but I'm not.
Well, when I did your intro, I did say that you're a lean cut 235 and 3/4 pounds, sir.
And I would love to agree with that, but it is not there yet. But working on it, man.
Sounds like a burger.
Hey, Frank. Good to see you. So,
that's true. It does.
Grace is I think currently in Albuquerque, I guess. I don't know, or maybe talking from. Anyway, she says Albuquerque. My aunt, would be my great aunt, I believe, lived in Albuquerque. We went and visited when I was 10, and then about 4 or 5 years back, I started dating somebody that's from Albuquerque. So I went to Albuquerque a lot, actually. So I know Albuquerque quite well. I do have the Hatch green chilies in the freezer, multiple bags of them. There used to be roasting sessions that would take place. I'm sure you know all about that, though.
Did you ever go by where the aliens are, where the Roswell occurred?
Yes, yeah. The whole area, yeah, and then the like nuclear testing facility road and stuff went down there too. Yeah, all that Roswell, that whole area went and
Los
visited.
Alamos.
It is the smallest tourist trap, but it is a tourist trap nonetheless. But it's still cool to go and experience, much like Tombstone, which I think we did on the same trip. We went to Tombstone as well, if I recall, which was super cool in Arizona. Kim says, how do you fall onto people doing the dirty? Well, you have to watch the movie to find out, Kim.
You
have to watch that one. Sure.
Jason says, good evening, everyone. Gentlemen, good to see you. We'll be in the shop this week, promise. Well, that's good, because this will be my last week. Sadly, I'm leaving, and I will be in Ohio. So, there we go.
Man, it seemed like you're not coming back.
Well, next month, right?
Yeah, next month. Cage says, I saw your forearms. John, forearms don't lie, brother.
You see?
And then Grace says, it's a Breaking Bad reference, LOL. Oh, is it?
Oh.
I stopped by the place that they threw the pizza up on the roof, and then people would, like, everyone started throwing pizzas on the lady's roof, so she doesn't allow anybody to even look at her house. Like, she sits out on the lawn like an old lady and just yells at people when they go by to take pictures. She's kind of a horrible person. But I guess she used to be really nice. Pizzas on the roof, I guess, will do that to you. Nezzy says, hello, gentlemen, and chat. And Kimberly says, LOL, leaving and not sure
Nezzy.
if he'll come back. There we go. Yep. Okay, so...
That actually got me upset that they threw a whole pizza on the roof. That was a waste.
Well,
It is.
anger was involved. Decisions were made. It happens. I guess we can branch away from that for a second. Because
Are you ready?
I think I
Are
should.
you ready to go in deep? Go in deep
Whoa.
into that soul and pull out.
Well, this is a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to pull out on all y'all. So it's going to be a great time. It's middle of the road. I don't have a ton, but I don't have the least amount of books I've ever reviewed before. So that's good news. We're going to start off with the #1 issue of a series that was beloved by many. We're talking about DC's Gotham City Sirens. This is an interesting one because it's basically the introduction of people using bodies as avatars in order to hunt animal robot hybrids in the streets of Gotham. It's got my attention. I'm going to give it a 6.5 right now. 6 to a 6.5, I would say, would be the best way to describe it. You kind of should know all these characters. They do give you a little bit into kind of like, oh, this is the personality of this character, and this is the personality of this character. You catch on really quick if you didn't know, in other words. But how would you not know? That's a simple one. So Gotham City Sirens, if you have the extra scratch, pick it up. Another one that was kind of surprising and kind of disappointing in the same breath. I didn't expect anything at all when I picked up #1 of 4 of Garfield based on the hit animated film. I didn't expect much. But to my surprise, the first part, there's 2 stories in there. The first story was a lot of fun. It was all about Garfield figuring out how he can get food without having to get up out of bed, which is the eternal struggle, I think, for a lot of us in certain realms of our lives. So, the second part, though, of Garfield tells a story that's to be continued in the movie. The movie already came out, like, what, a month or two ago? At least,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, it's
Last
I think
month?
so.
So you're putting out a comic book where the to be continued is the prequel. You know what I mean? It came out. I was like, man, the timing was off on this one. I still give it a 6 because I thought it was a lot of fun. And I think it's really good, really kid friendly, which you should be able to appreciate, those that have children, that this is a fun book. I believe they still do have a few extra copies at the shop at We Can Be Heroes in Chatsworth, California, if you're local to California. That's a good spot to pick up your new books. So pick up Garfield number 1 of 4. I think it's a lot of fun. And last, but I don't know, not least, we have Fence Challengers Long Shot number 1. Yes, it is a comic book about fencing. And it also reads like a K-pop drama. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. I definitely don't hate it. In fact, I'm at the end of the story, I was pretty engaged with the characters. The only problem with this, apparently, this is not the first time they've done this story. Like, this is like, I don't know, the 3rd issue, maybe 2nd issue, I don't know. But the next one is Fence Challengers, and then it says something else afterwards, and it's not coming out until 2025. It's not coming out until next year. So I'm like, that's a little long of a wait for a story. I'm not going to remember what the hell happened in this one by the time we get to that. So while it's engaging, kind of falls flat on its face due to the time in between that you get in the read. So I would say for the story a 6, but because I have to wait, I'm going to give it a 5. Don't make me wait. Don't make me wait, baby. So that's it, though. That's it. I've pulled out. Okay, there we go. All right. We got a few comments. I'm going to read these really quickly, and then we're going to get started. Philippe says, Shaun of the Dead. Kate says, I love Garfield. Bonnie says, hi. Hi, Bonnie. Sammy says,
Hello.
this is Zatanna was good, by the way. So was the Black Widow venomous. Yeah, Zatanna, I've discussed that probably about a month and a half ago. I talked about the Zatanna story. That's pretty good. The Black Widow venomous, though, I did not read. So I'm actually kind of shocked that was any good at all, because the way Marvel cranks out that sludge, I don't know. I'm always scared when it comes to that. But I digress. We've got zombies, guys. We've got zombies to discuss. This is exciting. I'm gonna repaint the mood here. Hang on.
Oh boy, is the moaning happening again?
There we go. Yes.
Shouldn't it be red?
Yes. Well, that's not red, so shut your mouth.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, shut your whore mouth.
Wow, I'm not a whore.
Just shut your mouth.
Not on the weekends yet.
Yeah. It's a weekday, buddy. It's a whole new sow. We're going to sow the alarm. It's the red light district for you, sir.
Always.
You're not a gigolo, sir. Don't do that to yourself.
He could be, though.
How do you know? How do you know, Kevin? You don't know my life.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, happy birthday, Bonnie.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Funny, I didn't see any of you at her events, anything that she was doing.
But I did send her her birthday gift, though.
I live kind of far away, so you know.
I didn't even know
I
about
guess
it
that's an excuse.
until the day I saw the pictures.
And I guess that's an excuse, too. I guess. I'll allow those 2 excuses. Kevin's on his own with mailing. You should not have mailed nude photographs of yourself, Kevin. I told you that was a bad idea.
I would never do that. I would never.
She
I would never harm
was quite shocked because first of all, you shouldn't have sent it to her work. Like, they have somebody that opens the mail there. So she got in a lot of trouble, actually, for it.
Wait, old school mail, you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for ruining my birthday present. Now I know what he's going to send me too. Jeez.
Come on, John. You know I would never do that, sir.
It's in the mail for everyone, let me tell you. It says on the outside, just a tip from Kevin. And it's
There it is.
God.
And
I
that's
got
why
a
you like
5-inch taint. Huh.
to, that's why you like to pull out on people.
All right, so let's talk some zombies, and since John's the freshest of the guests
Yes,
that we have
freshest.
tonight,
Ooh.
Oh my.
perhaps we will let him go first. And we're going to count down, so we're going to go with your number 10. And then if
right.
somebody else has the same one on their list, they can go, oh, I have that, but I have it at this number, and I agree, and here's why. So it can be a little collaborative if to more than one person. Because we did not consult with each other when we made our list. This is going to be a shock and a surprise to all of us. So go ahead, John. Give us your number 10.
All right. Now, mind you, it's been a while since I've seen some of these movies, so cut me some slack. And I've been super busy, too. So
No, that's okay.
number 10 for me is The Video Dead from 1987. So picture this. Ghouls from the movie Zombie Blood Nightmare emerge from the television. All right, so you're watching this movie, right? And these zombies come out of the TV. It's
No shit.
80s cheats. How could you not love it, right? It has been ages since I've seen this, so don't hold me to all this. But I do remember there being a bride zombie that was always like in the shot somewhere. Like she was always somewhere, man. It's a fun movie for like, I love 80s cheese. So for me,
Zombies look pretty good, though, dude.
right? They don't look
Yeah.
bad for what, 87. So like,
I mean, for
that
now,
makes no
if I could do this.
They really don't.
Yeah.
There was a zombie, or there was the bride, and there was another one that had like, kind of reminds you almost like a I think I'm gonna say his name right. Flucci, is that how you say his name? The Italian director.
Oh, yeah, Lucio Fulci, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it kind of reminds you. Some of the features of some of the zombies kind of look like something from something that he would do. But
Yeah.
it's a fun movie, man. It's one of those movies that has the cover that I always say that if you were in the video store, you would see it and it would grab your attention real quick. 9 times out of 10, you'd see those kind of movies and they were awful. But this one's a lot of fun.
Video Dead.
Yes.
Number
I
10
can't
on
even-
John's list.
Can't even tell you where that'd be streaming at right now, but it's probably streaming somewhere.
Dude, that zombie looks like he
Ooh,
couldn't
prob-
find coffee.
Probably on Pluto or something.
Yeah, that or like Tubi or
Or
something.
Tubi.
Tubi.
Yeah,
Tubi has,
yeah,
has
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of great horror
Tubi.
films.
Wonder how much it is on Amazon for a DVD.
I don't know.
Or if they even have one, but
Let me look it up.
it is available on Tubi for free.
Nice.
So
There it
check
is.
it out on Tubi. Video Dead.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
It's a fun one.
All right, we've got what movie is John talking about? And then he says, "Cool, thank you." Hey, no problem, Cage. Happy to do it. I'm still going to use your screen name though, even though I've perfected your name now. Your real name is no longer a challenge for me. I've moved on, and I'm sure Kevin will bring somebody in named and I'll be like, "What? What? Oh, it's simple." And then 5 years later, I'll get it, and that celebration will be insane.
Now, if you were in Azerbaijan, they'd probably have the troubles pronouncing your name, Donald.
What?
Never know.
Oh my.
Okay, Sal, we're gonna go with you next. What's your number 10, good sir?
My number 10 is the only reason I put it at number 10 because it's a fun movie where it's like somebody is having fun killing zombies and it's Zombieland, and I thought it was different from every other zombie movie. You know, it's like you get Woody Harrelson playing Tallahassee, and he's doing all this fun stuff just to have fun killing zombies. You know what I mean?
Because he no
And then
longer
the other-
sees them as humans.
Yeah, and then you have Jesse Eisenberg in the movie where he's making all these rules like the double tap, don't let hot girls into your room, don't share your red Mountain Dew. It's wacky and fun, and it also reminds me of a video game called Dead Rising. That's why I have it at my number 10.
Yeah, okay.
Sal's number 10. Zombie
Don't
Land.
forget cardio. Too. That was one of the rules. Cardio. It's
Oh
cardio.
yeah, cardio. Well, I don't have cardio, but I do have a vehicle, so
No, Sal,
I do a lot of
cardio.
at the gym, so I like to think I may be able to survive. Maybe.
Tomorrow at work, Sal, we're gonna be doing a lot of cardio. So
but
It's not-
you know what?
it's not
I'm not gonna
sex.
say anything.
It's
But
not
I was gonna
sex.
say something.
it's not
Okay.
sex. Calm yourself.
Damn.
And as soon as I say that, Sammy has to say something pervy and go, "Hey, double tap is vital info."
I bet it was, Sammy.
Supposed to stick to the wall stickers, huh? You sons of bitches. You sons of bitches. I'll see you all in hell. All right, I'm leaving that there.
Damns you all to hells.
Okay, well, that still works, maybe, I guess. The whole thing's gonna come down, guys. This is disaster. It's disaster. Double tap is vital, and then Sammy says to shut up. Okay, cool. So Zombieland was number 10. Kevin, what do you have as a number 10 on your list, or did anybody else have Zombieland on their list?
I do. I have it at a different number. Does that count?
You could just say it. Just go ahead and say what your number was.
So I have it at number 5 on mine, but I mean, Sal covered it. It's just a fun ass movie, man. I mean, again, Woody Harrelson makes it. The man's searching for a Twinkie the whole time. Come on, how could you not love that?
Yeah.
Seriously. How could you not love that?
Snowballs.
Right.
I hate snowballs.
It's just a good movie, and the clown zombie was actually kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie. Like that was pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. That was cool.
Kevin, are you a big fan of snowballs?
Well, when I growing up in New York, I used to play with snowballs a lot. It was snowed and make snowmen. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
What? You have something against snowballs? Snowmen? Snowballs? Snowmen? Icicles?
Donald just left. He's like, I'm out. He's just left. Oh, he's back.
I needed a moment. I was just I got sinuses going on here.
You grew up in the north, well, not the northeast, but you grew up in an area where there was lots of snow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And sleet.
And in Ohio, it's snow in the wintertime or in the summertime sometimes. We never
There
know.
you go.
Sometimes it's true.
There you go.
Oh, Sammy's trying to tell on me. Nezzy says this is just an earthquake away of being on the floor. You are not wrong. I'm taking it down after the pod for now until I can figure out. It came with it also screws to put in the wall, and I feel like that's a better option, even though I don't like putting screws in the wall. Like that shit just ain't gonna stick. And Sammy says don't take the bait. I don't know what she's talking about. And Grace says not that kind of snowball. Kevin. Maybe you could explain it to him at some point. I don't know. It's kind of like when I had to explain Daisy Chain to Bonnie by telling her just to look it up. That was fun.
Oh, Lord.
That's a crowning moment of achievement for me. I feel like I was just I don't know, I rose 5 feet from the ground, I think, and my eyes turned gold and flames started to ripple off. It was weird. I'd gone to another level.
You were ascending.
Yes, I was very impressed with myself. Okay, so Kevin, what do you have as your number 10?
The 1986 underrated movie with great Tom Atkins, Night of the Creeps.
What a great film.
Yes, 100%.
And the good thing is, oh yeah, okay. Then we can discuss together. I have it at 10. What number do you have it at?
For me, I have it at number 2 because I absolutely love it. That's.
Oh wow. Okay, you like it more than even I do.
Love that movie, man.
Well,
love it.
What's cool about it is, and it's funny, we've seen other films. It's Rust Up, one of my films I told you about earlier before we started, is kind of like this in a way, certain similarities. And of course, I think another movie like Slither, similar. You have these slugs, and what's funny is the beginning of the movie, you see these really bootleg-looking aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the aliens is like a rogue alien. He's going crazy, and he just basically launches it out to Earth, and it's 1959, and it's all black and white. Guy's on a date. And then he goes out to investigate when he sees the shooting star, and then, he gets a little surprise, a little thing into his mouth. Meanwhile, his girlfriend actually, I thought about something. Who got it worse? Was it the girlfriend or was it him ultimately?
I don't know. I'd have to say him. I mean, because technically that was what you said, 59, right?
Yeah.
And he turns around still being alive again in 80. What it came out in
86.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think he got it the worst because he ends up coming back to life, obviously.
Right. But then again, she suffered brutally, but at least her life ended, at least.
I mean, true.
Her getting hacked up like that was messed up.
Yeah. You know what's cool about that though? Just in the first couple seconds of that movie, how you explained it, right? So you got aliens, you got a black and white movie, and then you got like a slasher killer at the same time, and then you got these like slug-like creatures that are turning people into zombies. That is a mishmash of everything in the first 5 minutes of the movie. I love it.
Oh, Janet,
Great.
if you ever want to see Night of the Creeps, they do play it a fair amount at the New Bev in Hollywood, and there are a few other places, revival theaters and stuff that'll play it occasionally. You can also, of course, stream it, but I'd recommend your first time be the big screen like it was for me. What a treat!
Yes, that would be cool to see for sure.
Yeah, loved it. Really enjoyed it. This is, I want to say, Fred Decker, if I'm correct, that wrote and directed this. It says, good news, your prom date is here. The bad news is he's dead.
They're all dead.
Yeah, so.
By the way, you know, Shane Black has a small role in the movie.
Yeah, him and Fred go way back.
Yeah, he's one of the cops in the movie.
They're great friends, or they used to
and
be.
then
I don't
Blake-
know how they are now.
And then Blake Lively's half-brother is one of the main characters, who also was known as Rusty in National Lampoon's
Shit on
Vacation.
me. I do remember Rusty.
Jason Lively.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite scenes.
I got to see the sorority or the frat house from the movie. I got to see that.
Oh, so nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Where was it located?
Oh God, off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you, but it was when I was looking up stuff when I was out there, man. I found it and we went out there and checked it out real quick.
Okay, cool. Nice.
One of my favorite scenes in the Night of the Creeps is the ugly dog in the middle of the road. And
yeah.
That
dog caused so much chaos.
Dude, I would have been like, fuck this dog.
That dog so much chaos.
Absolutely, yeah. So two things.
Then again, the cat did too. The cat also caused some chaos.
Yeah, it's just the dog was just, I don't know if it was animatronic or whatnot, but that shit was ugly.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
a little bit.
All right, but we can't forget, though, the best line in the whole movie, thrill me. Like, that's the best line.
Yeah.
It is. Like,
have you guys ever seen the alternate ending? Have you ever seen the alternate ending version?
I think they're, you're talking about the one where he's with
the UFO, right? The UFO ending or whatever it was?
Yeah, so if I remember right, they actually showed Tom Atkins come out of the house.
Yeah, he's all burnt up
and everything. Yeah, and he ends up going over to the cemetery. When he falls over, his head explodes, and all the slugs go to the graves. Yeah, and that was like one of the coolest endings, man. And then the spaceship is hovering over with the light on the cemetery.
Yep,
man, it was such a cool ending.
It was a great ending.
It was.
That's actually the better ending than the other one. That's for sure.
I agree 100%.
What's your favorite ending on Little Shop of Horrors? Then, do you prefer the one where they live happily ever after, or
two? Nope. Oh wait, no happily ever after.
I didn't know there was two endings to that.
There is, yeah. The happily ever ending one is the regular ending, and then the alternative is they spent what they spent. I want to say they spent $20 million or something, an insane amount on the ending, just the ending alone, that they scrapped because audiences hated it so much. It was the Plants 1.
Oh wow!
There was huge versions of them like kaiju that were in the city of New York, tearing down bridges and shit, knocking over buildings and everything. It is awesome and it's nuts, and you have to see it, dude. You can just YouTube it if you want, but I would recommend watching it all the way through.
Yeah, like there's a version of it on YouTube where you can watch the whole thing like that.
Well, I don't know. I think somebody just has the ending. I don't think they have the whole film. Right. So you could watch the film and then when it gets to the ending, then play that so you can see the alternative if you want to do that.
Okay, yeah, that'd be cool to see.
Yeah,
I never knew that. Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm gonna go with my number 10 really quickly. It is Warm Bodies.
That's one you don't hear about a lot.
No, you don't. It was very clever, I thought, at the time. I was actually relatively surprised. I mean, I was actually really surprised about it. I didn't think it was going to be any good. I thought it was just another one of those bullshit, money grabs or whatever. But it ended up being a lot of fun. Nicholas Hoult plays the lead zombie, and Teresa Palmer plays Julie. So basically, it's Romeo and Juliet for zombies, 100%. Like, you have John Malkovich, Dave Franco, and Rob Corddry are in it as well. Terrible plague has left the planet's population divided between zombies and humans. and an unusual zombie named R, for of course Romeo, sees his Walking Dead brethren attacking a living woman, and then like rescues her. He stops, like tries to stop them, and then they go on the run, and they find as he falls more and more for her, he becomes again more and more human. But of course, zombies and humans alike get in the way of the relationship, causing much chaos. But it's a fantastically fun, warm-hearted zombie flick that I think deserves a spot and a little recognition. Because, like John said, you just don't hear about it much. And I was like, I could go with all the classics, or I can, throw in a few, that maybe someday will become new classics. So it was a great film. Anybody else? John, I think you liked that. What about you, Sal, Kevin? Did you guys enjoy the film?
Yeah,
as well?
I enjoyed it. I saw it in the theaters when it came out, and it was very different. It's like the guy went into the direction that a zombie can find love.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked that direction. It was a fun movie.
Good.
Yeah.
And John, what was the best thing you liked about it? What did you like about it most?
I thought it was cool. Like, you have a zombie that reverts back to a human. Like that was something you don't really see. Like that was kind of cool,
Yeah. I mean, they've always been trying to find a cure, but it turns out it was love the whole time.
There it is.
So if you see a zombie, fuck it. And then, you'll revert it back to a human.
There you go.
Really noted.
Of course, then, it might be attached to you depending on how good you were and follow you around. And then it's just awkward when you have to say, look, I like you, but I don't like you like that. I was just having sex with you so I wouldn't get bit. But you coming back to life was like a happy bonus, but.
But if you break her heart, what if she goes back as a zombie?
See, that's a good point. I like that. It makes sense.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So we have to test this theory now. We have to test the theory. It's got to happen.
Now she's gonna bite your hot dog off, bro.
And then you're done. That's true.
That's it.
Yeah, that's difficult.
That'd be a tragedy.
Okay. So we are moving on from my number 10 to John's number 9. John, what do you got for number 9, good sir?
I got Planet Terror, which was part of the Grindhouse double.
I was so close to putting that on my list as number 9 as well.
I was almost going to put that on my list, too.
Yeah. And I like both of these movies, by the way. Death Proof is not a zombie movie by any means, but both of these were actually really good. 2007 from Robert Rodriguez, who also did a wrestling promotion on the E Network. I think that's what it was called, or something like that. The El Rey Network, sorry.
El Rey,
and what was so super cool about that was they put horror elements into it, which was awesome, by the way. So this one basically is it's set in Texas, and it follows a group of survivors of a biochemical outbreak as they battle zombie-like creatures and a rogue military unit. And Rose McGowan has a gun for a leg, which is pretty badass. Again, man, just something that, like, a different take on zombie movies. I mean, let's be honest, some of them had that same element throughout. It's the same movie pretty much. So this one kind of set it apart a little bit different from everything else. But again, I like the double feature in both movies. So,
I saw the double feature in the theaters.
Nice.
When they first did that, and I loved I loved them both, especially with Kurt Russell and Death Proof.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that, because like the thing about these two movies is that even though like it's the same element, they had their own twist and their unique input to do it. Like the girl with the gun leg, I didn't see that coming, and that shit was awesome.
Oh yeah, it was.
And
when you saw it, did you get to see like the fake trailers and stuff they made too for the other movies?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Where they had Machete and they had what was the other movie?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Those were great. I went with a buddy of mine, and he couldn't take the double feature. He had a migraine afterwards, and I ended up having to like ride along in the passenger seat while another one of our friends that thankfully knew stick drove us home. Yeah.
And what I love about Planet Terror is that you get the familiar faces from like Dawn of the Dead, and Sean Bean is in there, or is it Michael Bean? The guy that played Kyle Reese in Terminator.
Oh, that'd be
That's
Michael. Yeah,
Michael Biehn. Yeah, he was in there, and I was just like, dude, I always like seeing like those guys that were in other zombie movies, and
Yep.
it was just a plus for me as well.
That's one thing I always say about remakes. If you remake a movie, I love to see that cameo from somebody that was in the original. It just makes it special, man. You know.
That's why I love Zack Snyder's remake of Dawn of the Dead, because he did do that.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 9. It was a lot of fun, and it was Jeff Fahey to me stole the show on that one on Planet Terror. I loved him in that. What was that TV show he was on for CBS? The Marshal, I think, or something like that. Marshalls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you remember the movie he was in from I want to say it was like early '90s, Body Parts? Remember that one?
Yes. Yeah. That was great. Wow, what a fun, stupid film. Like, the guy he wants his body parts back. Give me my body parts back. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of nuts, and I love it for it. Like, that was fresh off the '80s, comes the '90s, and they didn't let up. It was just great. So that's John's number 9. Sal, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is a really fun Japanese film called Versus, and it came out in 2000 in Japan, but it came out into the United States in 2001. And this is a super fun zombie movie. Basically, it's about this guy who's immortal, and he wants to open up the gates to another world. And in order to do that, he needs 2 keys, which is a blood from this one woman and his adversary. But he ended up finding out that in order to have both keys work, her blood has to mix in with his rival, and he has to have a one-on-one battle with him to open up the other world. But during all that is happening, all this fighting and gunfighting and fighting the fist, they're in this forest called the Forest of Resurrection, where like all these guys that they buried there are coming back to life. And you just see like a bunch of kung fu and gun ho stuff, and it's super fun. I literally just recently watched it with Kimmy and her boyfriend Alex, and they're like, dude, this movie is super wacky, but it's super enjoyable, So I let Donnie borrow my Blu-ray, and I was like hoping that he would see it so he could put his input. I don't know if Kevin or John, have you guys ever seen Versus?
No, but I'm very interested. I'm very interested in watching it.
Yeah, well, I'm a little scared. Is it really gory?
It's ridiculous. It's Japanese. They don't have rules out there.
No, dude, their movies are on a whole other level.
Yeah.
Ichi the Killer. I was watching that a month ago. Good God.
Oh, Ichi the Killer is amazing, bro. Like Takashi Mike is known as Robert Rodriguez of modern Japan, right there.
Japan, yeah.
That's legit. I saw one called and excuse me for this one, but it's called Zombie Ass, and it was the most ridiculous, off the wall movie I've ever seen in my entire life. I just remember watching it, and my dad walked in at the same time when he had passed away a couple years back, but he walked in at the same time I was watching this, and I remember his face. He looked at the TV like, "What the hell is this?" And he sat down and he watched the rest of it with me. And it was
that's awesome.
It went on, man. Like, it was crazy movie.
Yeah, you could actually go to Google and type down Versus 2000 full movie, and they have it on Google where you can watch the whole full movie.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Check it out.
So, yeah, it's. I'm telling you, it's super fun. It's like, if you like kung fu and and a bunch of like firearms, it literally. What's funny is that Kim's boyfriend was literally telling me like, this is like Devil May Cry-ish right here. I was like, oh my god, it actually is. And Devil May Cry is a video game that's like fast paced. So, if you guys give you guys the idea.
All right, Kevin, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is a 1977 movie called Rabid.
R-A-B-I-D?
R-A-B-I-D.
Rabid. And you've seen this movie recently?
It's been a while. I still have remember it.
Yeah.
It's David Cronenberg's second movie that he ever made.
All right.
His first 3 movies, the first 3 or 4 movies, he's from Canada. They're based like Canadian low-budget horror films.
Looks like this chick had some Baja Blast, and it just did not go well for her.
Well, there's a remake of this too, and it was not as good at all.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Soska sisters made it, and I actually like some of their stuff, but this just wasn't good, man.
Wasn't feeling it.
Let me ask you something. I was gonna put the Crazies on my list, but I felt like that was not a zombie. That was more of
kind of just more like mentally crazy type
a trigger.
thing.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't think I can put that in there, so I didn't.
Well, I think it's a zombie movie.
Yeah.
The Crazies. Yeah, I'll say it's a zombie movie because it almost has the same element for 28 Days Later.
Right.
They're just
right.
they're not slow. They're just they're just enraged.
Yeah. That's
right.
true. But
Remember,
I guess I don't know if they ever.
That we get.
I guess I don't know if they ever mentioned in Crazies whether they died or not. I just felt like they were like, oh, they went insane. So that to me is the key element of being a zombie is you had to die. So while it's similar, I just didn't think it still qualified. But that's a good thought on that too. So I guess it's kind of a, tomato, whatever you think works.
Well, it says like it's the spread of an infection, and so it's technically zombie.
Okay. Well,
because like Resident Evil.
I got COVID last week due to an infection that spread. Do you think do I qualify as a zombie now? So
you're always a zombie.
Not yet. See? Yeah. Give me please. At least give me like 10 years. I'm not asking for too much. Give me
give me 20. How about that?
No, thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Perfect. That's very, very, very thoughtful. Yeah.
No, you're going to be immortal. I'm going to find a genie for you.
Yeah, I'm not a Highlander. If I was, though, and I found out Kevin was also a Highlander, we would be like, welcome to Rumble Pop Live. I'm Donald. This is Big Sal, and our special guest is John. I have no idea where Kevin went.
Uh-oh.
There can be only one.
So you think you'd be the last man standing, huh?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I'd sneak up on you.
He said he'll hold you upside down and take your milk money, Donald.
Fooled you all. I never had milk money because I had orange drink.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I found out very early on I was lactose intolerant, and I would get horrible gas in school. I was not somebody that you would want to sit by.
I thought you were a Capri Sun kid.
So we pivoted to orange juice and occasionally orange drink because the school got super cheap and no longer had actual orange juice. They had a hybrid of 70% sugar and I think it was Tang. I think they gave me Tang. I'm going to be honest.
Oh,
I think they gave me Tang, which is probably where I found love for Tang. And I also, much like Al Bundy and the kids, eat Tang sandwiches occasionally because they're delightful.
Oh, God.
How did I know that I was going to go there? How did I know?
That lunch lady's like, here's your vitamin C.
Yeah. Well, there is vitamin C in there. So, Kevin, what was your favorite part about Rabid? What was your...
Well, it's just the concept. The main actress, Marilyn Chambers, who was known as a famous 70s adult film star. She basically undergoes the special surgery, and it ends up having unfortunate consequences. Basically, she ends up having, for some reason, growing a red stinger type thing come out of her orifice, where she becomes like a vampire in a sense, where she stings you and she needs to drink blood, but it infects people, and then all of a sudden they pass the infection along, and then they're all becoming zombie-like creatures, or zombie-like folks all around town going crazy. So basically, for all intents and purposes, she's spreading like a human version of rabies.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Rabid rabies.
She's basically patient zero until people figure it out. Oh, this is patient zero.
Tony Fleeks, if you guys have not been reading his stuff, he did Stray Dogs, which John, you would actually really love, the comic book Stray Dogs, and now he's tackling the zombie world with a story about cats and other animals called Feral, which is basically rabies as the zombie outbreak for pets and what they go through. So it's really cool and really interesting. So if you get a chance, you should check that out too.
Sounds good.
Okay.
You've seen the movie, right, John?
What's that?
You've seen this movie, right?
Yeah, it's been a while, man. I'm not going to lie. I couldn't tell you anything about it. It's one of those ones for me. All right, so I like it, but at the same time, it's one of those ones where I don't remember much from it, and I probably wouldn't go back and watch it again. It was all right for me,
Yeah, the ending's pretty messed up though. What they do with their body, it's like, whoa, that's kind of messed up.
Okay, so I'm going to go with my number 9 really quickly. That is the film. I believe it came out like not long ago, like 2000. I want to say 18, 19, maybe 20 even. I can't tell you, to be honest. It was Overlord. Does anybody remember Overlord?
I don't think I saw that one. I remember I remember the movie. I don't think I've seen it.
Is that the one with the Nazis?
Yes. Yes. Well, one of the films with the Nazis. Yeah. This is a Wyatt Russell one, which is interesting. Joseph Quinn is also in this, Sammy. So pay attention. Basically, the idea of it is, I think it did come out in like 2018, 2019. It says, on the eve of D-Day, American paratroopers drop behind enemy lines to penetrate the walls of a fortified church and destroy a radio transmitter. As the soldiers approach their target, they soon begin to realize that there's more going on in a Nazi-occupied village than a simple military option. Making their way to an underground lab, the outnumbered men and women stumble upon a sinister experiment that forces them into a vicious battle against an army of the undead. Boy, oh boy, was this one fun on a bun. It came out in November, so it was an alternative to all the happy time Christmas shit that you get every year. God bless everybody that your some production company always is like, let's put out a zombie flick or let's put out a scary movie around that time for counter programming. And I appreciate that very much because we can't all be happy all the time. Sometimes we like to be scared in November. Yeah. So number 9 is my choice with Overlord. Is it the most amazing zombie film you've ever seen in your life? No. But is it fast-paced and just really good? Yes, it is. It is fast. It is fun. If you liked the Zack Snyder version of Dawn of the Dead, and you liked, Tarantino's, what was the one that he did where they killed Hitler? You know what I'm talking about?
Glorious Bastards?
Glorious Bastards, yeah. If you like both of those films, you would love Overlord. It's really, really good. So I highly recommend you check it out. Who here has seen it?
I have not.
I have not seen it.
Yeah, you guys got to check this one out. It's really good.
Yeah.
I went to the movies with Shara to see this, and I still say this movie's good. So that's something that you should all take into account. Bonnie knows. So does Kevin. Anyway, moving on. John, what's your number 8, good sir?
All right, so hopefully I said this right. Train to Busan, is that how you say it? I think.
Busan.
Thank you very much, both of you. From 2016. So I think the biggest thing for me that held me back from watching this for so long is because it has subtitles. I don't like to read my movies. I kind of get bored with that sometimes. But I finally said, all right, everybody's talking about this movie. I need to finally check it out. And I'll be honest with you, for me, it kept me on the edge of my seat. It was one of those ones that you couldn't stop watching it, even though you had to read it and stuff. You kind of forget that you have to do that sometimes. Mm-hmm. But man, it was crazy. Again, the Japanese horror films, when it comes to zombies or whatever the hell else it is, they're on another level. This movie was cool.
I think this is Korean, if I'm correct.
This is a Korean. It's a Korean movie, and this is also my number 8, by the way, John. This is an amazing movie.
By the way, also my number 3. So.
Oh yeah.
Kevin, is it on yours too, man?
No.
Have you seen it? Have you seen this, Kevin?
Unfortunately, I have not.
Dude,
boo this man!
Boo.
I'm gonna say this though. As good as it is, it's sad as hell too.
It's
really different.
This
straight, man.
This movie, I'm telling you, when you know how humanity really is when it comes down to when everything hits the fan.
Yeah, sure.
And what makes it what makes it crazy and also horror.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh shoot! There's a ghost in your room.
This ghost is an asshole. I'll be right back. Keep talking.
Oh, that ghost is gonna touch your asshole.
Wasn't it the opening scene, Sal, with the deer? Wasn't that the opening scene of the movie?
Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen the sequel?
That's the animated one, right?
No, I forgot. It starts with a P. It's like.
I know exactly. Yes, I did watch it.
I don't know. I'm not trying to butcher it, but you got to check out the sequel. What's it called? What makes this like I said? What makes this movie at the edge of your seat is because there's children involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, man, and then like all like it's just like you're compact in a train,
Ah,
which makes it like on the edge of your seat and your heart is pounding and you're like I don't know if you were doing it, but I was like, what would have done? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. It makes you feel that way. Yeah. Now there's another one too. That's the animated version. Have you seen that one?
No, I didn't know there was an animated version.
Yeah, somebody actually told me about it. I had no idea either. I haven't
Okay.
seen it. I'm trying to think of the name of it, and I can't. Oh man, it's Soul Station. I think it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, it's animated
Yeah.
version. It actually looks like it's a lot of fun though.
Yeah. Thank you, Hector Hernandez. He actually says the sequel, Peninsula.
Oh, Peninsula. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peninsula.
I don't know how to. I'm not never trying to butcher it, but
Yeah.
yeah. Train to Busan is literally.
oh, I didn't know there was a sequel. Interesting.
Yeah.
By the way, I downloaded a photo of some of the main characters, and then Kevin sent me a photo of the zombies. So it makes a nice mirror image, kind of like what you see these guys up against in what they look like and the people that you should be caring about on the screen. So it's kind of a nice twofer on this one.
Mhm. Yeah, Kevin, I recommend. Oh, I recommend anybody.
It's on my
Train to
list
Busan.
though. It is on my
Yeah.
list. So I will. I promise you by the end of this month I will watch the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, Train to Busan. That was number 8 for
Yes.
John, right?
Yes.
And it
John
was
and me.
number 8 for Sal and number 3 for me. Crazy. Wow. I loved it. I do not really love reading my films. So I did watch it in theaters, so I caught it when it was subtitled. But then I watched it at home, and fuck it. I just put on, like, the dubbed version. I'm not above it. I'm not above it. Like, my problem is that I don't want to wear my glasses to watch a movie at home. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather just chill and not have to have them on. So that's when I do the dubbed. Just makes
The
sense.
subtitles don't bother me too much because I've watched, anime in Japanese a lot. So like I'm already used to it. So like that didn't bother me. And not like that, I prefer, the original over dub because sometimes the dub voices are just it doesn't match.
Yeah, that is sometimes.
Like it's very rare that you'll ever hear me say like, oh no, the dub is better than Japanese. Like the animated Berserk. I will definitely say that the dubbed English version is better than the Japanese, voice actors for sure, 100%.
Okay, so that was your number 8, which was Train to Busan. Sal, what's your number 8? The same thing, right? Train to Busan.
Yeah, I was saying it's on Kevin.
Okay. Kevin, what's your number 8?
28 weeks later.
Weeks, huh?
Yes.
Sequel to 28 Days.
Yes. And it has a newer cast, of course. Robert Carlyle, one of your favorite actors, of course. Jeremy Renner's in it. Playing a U.S. Army guy, Delta Force sniper. Rose Byrne's in it, and even Idris Elba has a part in it in the movie as well. But for all intents and purposes, basically, the virus is contained for a small period of time, and then it starts up again due to basic stupidity. And people, as in the first movie, got to run for their lives, do everything they got to do to survive against all these raging infected people. And at the end, of course, the virus spreads to continental Europe, to Paris. And it's pretty crazy. We see infected people running out the airport, heading towards the Eiffel Tower. And at that point, it's like, oh, we're in real trouble now. Or at least the world's in trouble now. Because before it was all contained in the British Isles. So it's like, okay, as long as it doesn't get off the British Isles and the islands, then we're good to go. But unfortunately, human stupidity end up spreading.
Always. I do love me some Robert Carlyle too. What a phenomenal actor.
I will give you credit for Robert Carlyle. As much as I didn't like that movie, he was a pretty good Bond villain.
Yeah.
And The World Is Not Enough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he was the bald guy. Totally forgot.
He didn't feel any pain.
Yeah, he was bald.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying he didn't feel any pain.
That is true. He didn't feel pain. What a great film. What a great film. Action-packed, just fun on a bun. World Is Not Enough. It's just great. And also this one's fine, I guess, too. Okay, so 28 weeks later was your number 8. Now I'm going to catch some heat for my number 8. I am. I know I am. And I get it. I totally get it. It is what it is. But I'll explain why. My number 8 is Night of the Living Dead.
The original?
The original.
Okay. That's my number 1.
That's your number 1. And it's not a bad choice to be number 1. I'm not upset at anybody that wants that to be their number 1. I would never be upset about that.
It's my number 6.
I mean, I'll be honest, the only reason why I put it at number 1 for me was because, like, okay, so it's the one movie that I feel like everybody said, okay, this started the zombie craze, right?
Yeah.
Granted, it didn't, because if you go back to 1932 and White Zombie with Bela Lugosi,
White Zombie.
One that they credit as like the very first zombie movie, right? But in modern time, George Romero was like the guy who brought zombies to the forefront. Right. So that's why I kind of put it as like, if we're talking zombie movies, for me, I feel like that's at the standard, But
there is a caveat, because what's the White Zombie? Because like the original zombie would be like Serpent in the Rainbow type of stuff, you're being controlled, by a master.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going back to shit, that's 32 though with White Zombie with Bela Lugosi and stuff. So like it's a long ass time ago, man. But again, like Romero brought into modern times of like, okay. Right. This is a zombie.
The flesh-eating zombies, essentially.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's a big part of the equation to being a zombie is the desire for human flesh. Like, I feel like you have to have that in order for that to be. That's a qualification. It has to be.
But I don't mind seeing more movies like I love Serpent in the Rainbow. Like, I would love to see more movies like that where you have the original zombie where it's like, you're being controlled by.
So you just like mind control.
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, that's basically what White Zombie was too, though. He was like a Haitian dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that would kill people, and then he can control them when they come back to life.
Yeah, so your fetish, Kevin, is controlling people. I get it now.
Wow.
Let me make a note. Kevin's fetish. Kevin's
of some kind of like telepath, telekinetic who wants to control people.
I'm just gonna shorten it.
To
I'm just gonna shorten your fetish to just control.
Control zombie.
Control. No, just control in general. That's Kevin's fetish.
Must be a Gemini thing.
Gotta make notes. Make notes.
Sal, how dare you?
Two-faced, right, Sal?
Wow, Sal.
Take that, you Voltron.
Wow. and you disrespect the great name of Voltron.
Oh my god. It's all
right. I have to ask you though. You feel like you got heat for it because you put it so low?
Yeah, because I put it so low. I think people will be like, "What the fuck?" But I do love that we have in this film an African American star, in a starring role. Not a lot of starring roles for African Americans around this time, and I thought that Romero's, his moxie in order to, be like, this is the best actor. He's the best actor for the part. I'm going to go with him versus, but I want to pull in all the white people. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't know. Even, unfortunately, even now to a point, like in certain markets, you don't know what's going to work. What color of what skin is going to work on who. And it's an unfortunate thing to even have to think about.
Reality TV shows like The Bachelor and Bachelorette, it's rare.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Yeah. So I do love this film, and I saw it for the first time at Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
Oh, perfect place to watch it.
Ooh,
perfect place to watch it.
That's cool.
Was both amazing and a mistake because it gave me so much anxiety walking back to the car through the cemetery, guys. So
you weren't walking, you were running.
Yeah, kind of. I was speed walking like you'd see your grandma do at the mall. You know what I mean?
We went out to the cemetery where they filmed it at. That was super cool to see.
Oh God, yeah.
In Pittsburgh, outside Pittsburgh.
Ooh, that's tight.
Yeah, I haven't gone there. I should.
Does the house still exist, or was it torn down?
That I don't know. We just went to the cemetery, and honestly, it was a really peaceful day. Like, we filmed some stuff, we had fun, took a bunch of pictures and stuff, and nobody bothered us, so it was cool. It was one of those days where, thankfully, the convention wasn't going on in town at the same time because everybody goes there. Just everybody. So it was super chill that day. We just had fun.
Okay, John, what's your number 7?
Okay, so number 7 for me is Dead Alive, also known as Brain Dead.
Woo!
Was that Peter
1992.
Jackson's second film, if I recall?
I wrote all this stuff. Yes. I wrote all this down, and it's kind of, I was writing really fast. So, first and foremost, it's a batshit crazy movie. You want to talk about something off the wall? Just, man, there's so many elements in this thing. To sum it up, though, the kid's mom gets bit by I hope I say this right, Sumatran rat monkey, which is a thing that looks very much like a claymation little like rat skeleton little thing that bites her, and then she becomes infected and eventually dies and then comes back. And man, there is some crazy mess in this movie, let me tell you. I see Sal shaking his head, so I'm pretty sure he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, I do.
Dude, one of the bloodiest, goriest scenes in the movie with the lawnmower, and he's hacking up zombies left and right.
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite scene. That's my favorite scene.
And then
the amount of pig blood that was used in that scene was just ridiculous.
Faces in blender, like heads in blenders, and all. Dude, it's all over the place.
It's everywhere.
A huge baby zombie, like, dude, there's so much stuff in this movie. And you gotta love the priest in the movie. He says he kicks ass for the Lord.
Okay, that's a great line for sure.
Yes.
I kick ass for the Lord. That's an amazing intro to the film, by the way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It
crazy off the wall, just everything you could think of. I'm pretty sure they do it in this movie.
Yeah.
And like you said, Kevin, Roger Jackson. So, did I say that right?
Peter.
Is his name?
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson.
His middle name is Roger on his mother's side.
Thank you. But then you look at his filmography after that, and you're like, shit. Okay, this dude made some off the wall shit, right? But
yes, his first three movies are like this.
Yeah. Right. What do you think about it, Sal?
Dude, I have it at number 3 because
damn, son.
When I saw that, I think when I saw this movie, I was like 11 years old.
What?
And yeah, dude, I was a big horror fan. My mom will tell you that I would watch Friday Night and every horror movie, and she would let me. I don't know why. So, but anyways, like one time I was watching Dead Alive because back in our day we had Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. Mm-hmm. The cover just drew me in, with the girl opening her mouth and the skull coming out of it, and I was like, yes, why not? And like I said, that scene with the chainsaw and all the blood, I was like, what did Peter Jackson say? Like when they brought the blades, like, I need more blood, because that movie, I think that's the movie that set the bar for me, where I had to watch obscured zombie movie. Like I've seen Night of the Living Dead, which was amazing, but like I felt like that was more like cinematography style, where like the zombies are slow and like they're just panicking, and in this one it's just like this dude's just like, I got a plan, and it's a fucked up plan, and I'm gonna go balls to the wall with it, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, Dead Alive, yeah. I wish they would have kept the original name Brain Dead.
I've seen Dead Alive. It takes a lot for me, and this one made me sick to my stomach. And I watched it like 3 years ago, and I'm not even kidding. It made me sick to my stomach. And
was it the in the pudding scene? Did that get you?
It's just gory movies in general.
There's
a
lot. It's a lot. It's gross out and gore mixed, and it's just the lawnmower thing was just too much. It's too fucking much, guys. There's enough, and then there's too much. And Peter Jackson, he doesn't know when to stop. So no, this will never make any. Like maybe my top 10 worst zombie films of all time. But normally I can respect. I'll be like, oh, I respect your decision, or blah blah blah. No, this one's trash. Like I can't do it. And
would you tell it to his face, sir? If he was in that room,
Peter Jackson, yes, I would. I'd be like, this film is trash.
And then he's gonna grab all like 12 of his Academy Awards and be like, well, my guys right here, they say, how about you?
Yeah, and then I'd be like, how about a race, Peter Jackson?
Wow,
I win.
Wow.
Bad Taste too, right? That was his, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bad Taste was his very first movie.
I
just remember
he should have named this one that, to be honest.
That's it. That's all I remember.
Wow.
So proud.
Horrible.
I'm
Well,
so
if
proud.
anything, Donald, don't watch Bad Taste because there's some crazy
No,
stuff.
I'm not
there
even
going
gonna
on.
try. No, never gonna try. No, I'm good.
Don't watch
don't do it.
that. Don't watch Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh,
my
good
God.
Yeah,
Okay, so
don't do
that was John's choice, and that was your number 7, and that was Sal's number 3.
Yeah, I had Dead
Okay.
Alive at number 3.
Kevin, that wasn't any of yours, right?
No.
Okay, so Sal, what is your number 7?
My number 7 is a perfect blend of comedy and zombies, which is Shaun of the Dead.
There we go.
I really love Shaun of the Dead.
I'm gonna guarantee you every one of us have that on their list.
It's number 6 on mine.
Number 6, yeah, it's number 7. I don't know.
Kevin, what is it for you?
Just
I'm trying to remember. I may have not added just to be different from the rest of y'all, so I don't think I have it on mine.
Okay.
No, I don't have it on mine.
It is my
It's
number
just like-
2. I put it at number 2.
nice.
I love this movie.
Yeah, I love it. I love this movie a lot. Just as like he's working at his like work,
Mm-hmm.
and his like stepdad comes and he's not my dad, Mom. And it's like Sean, oh, and he's like bleeding to death, and he's like, Sean, I've always been proud of you. Like so like.
It's
Out of
heartbreaking.
the order,
There-
it's heartbreaking, but for me. I was laughing at that scene because it's like out of all the time to tell him like how he loves him and he's proud of him is when he's dying, and then he comes back to kill him, which was ironic to me. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was just funny.
It's beautiful. It's such a beautiful
Yeah.
film in so many different ways. It's tense. It's horrific. It's gory
a lot of fun.
in parts, and it is really heartfelt too, and you know, and somewhat romantic as well. And I don't mean the relationship between Sean and the woman. I mean the relationship between Sean and his best friend.
And his best friend, yeah.
I mean,
Ed,
that's
yeah, Sean and Ed, yep.
that's the,
Yeah.
the biggest relationship
I mean,
in
it's
the whole
not- it's
film
not
as far
afraid
as
to
I'm
make fun.
concerned.
It's
What's
not
it?
afraid to make fun of itself too. Like it has that comedy element to it.
Yep.
You know, like
not
they're
at
afraid of
all. Not at all.
Remember when like they're like going through the finals and he's like,
Yeah.
what did he say? What was the first one? He's like, fuck it, throw it. He's like,
Yeah, the record part was great.
That's a
oh
good time.
my God.
Yes,
Yeah, it's a fun
Mr.
movie.
Sean always have a cricket bat handy. I have a baseball bat in by the front door. I always have, for some reason, ever since I lived at home, I had a baseball bat by the door. I think it's because we lived in the country, and you never know what kind of freaky deaky yoo-hoo's gonna come up and like knock on your door at like 3 a.m. or whatever. Well, broke
Or
down.
a
Sure
Sasquatch,
you
Or a
did.
Sasquatch.
How about I bust you with this? I'll bust your ass at this. How about that? And then they leave. But like out here, yeah, it doesn't. How about some meth? And then you throw it, and then they go chase it, and then you don't have to worry because they can't remember what door they went to. So usually they're never coming back, so you don't have to worry. But that could also be Ohio by now too. I don't know. I haven't been there for many years. I haven't lived there anyway.
I really like Ed because like he's just his best friend roommate that sells weed.
Yeah,
He's like,
it's
no,
great.
no, I can't do it for 50. I can do it for 45.
Yeah, what an idiot. The best. Great film on all of our lists. Even if Kevin didn't put it on there, it's in his heart. Shaun of the
course.
Dead. Sal's number 7. And Kevin, what's your
My
number
number
7?
6.
Return of the Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead.
That's also on my list.
Is that the
Yes,
one
I
with
know.
what's the zombie's name? Oh no, wait, never mind. This is a different film. This is the one where they first say brains for the first time, right?
Yes. It's
Yeah.
like-
This is the
it's
Tar
like,
Man
Lisa,
one.
I want to eat
Yes,
your brains, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the talking zombie.
Came out in 1985, the year I was born.
There you
That's
go.
my number,
That's your number what?
Yeah.
my number 4.
Okay.
Now,
Living
John,
Dead.
you being a horror fan, there's a certain character who plays Freddy, Hanscom. He's also in Friday the 13th Part 6. Jason Lives, who plays the third version of, you know who, right?
Tommy Jarvis.
You got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tom Matthews.
Tom Matthews, you got it.
Okay.
Dude, I love that. Like, if you watch that and you watch the sequel, which is Return of the Living Dead Part 2, it's pretty much the same movie. If you think about it, it's almost the same movie, just in different scenarios. They're working at the crematorium, or no, they're working at the goddamn the factory or whatever it is, and then there's the crematorium next door. But then you watch the second one, and they're thieves stealing from the cemetery. it's the same characters, just different thing, but like it's pretty much the same movie, just rehashed.
Mhm.
But
Trioxin, the toxic gas trioxin.
yes, like I for me, out of that series, I love the first three. After that, they went completely downhill.
Yeah, they went
But
off the
first three
rails.
was really good. So yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
All right, so that's Kevin's
I
number
think-
7, Return of the Living Dead.
Good time. Man.
Okay,
Send
so-
more parapet.
And what's your 7, Mr. Donald?
Again, people are going to hate me for this since it's so low on the list, but I'm going to go with Reanimator.
Really? You of all people who really enjoy.
Yeah.
That's not a bad spot for it. I mean, it's it's not a bad spot for. I wouldn't be mad about that.
I mean, look, I love the actor, and I love although I can never remember his name, and that's like on me. I'm really bad with his particular name. I've forgotten it 30,000 times over the years. He had several performances that I loved.
Jeffrey Combs?
Thank you, Jeffrey
Yeah.
Combs. One of them being the FBI agent in The Frighteners was where I was first introduced to him, actually. And that is a Peter Jackson film with Michael J. Fox in the starring role. But Jeffrey Combs was phenomenal in it as the kooky, crazy FBI agent. And then I found out that this man was also the voice of the Question in the Justice League animated series. And I was super stoked about that. And then somebody said, have you ever seen his zombie film? And I said, wait, what? He's got a zombie film? Yeah, you should go see it. It's playing at the New Bev again. And I think it was Matt Hilton, and I went with him. And I watched most of it like this. But I still saw most of it, Like, there's a lot of gore in it, but it's really tongue-in-cheek. And I think it balances it, unlike Peter Jackson. The balance of horror and gore is pretty spot on. It's like a Raimi balance. Not a Raimi Evil Dead 1 balance, but a Raimi like Evil Dead 2 Army of Darkness balance, where you've got this kooky comedy with this horror element, and it just works so well. So for me, because I found it later in life, and because it had already dated itself for me, I would put it at number 7. But I still enjoy it. I still have a lot of fun with it. I've never seen any of the sequels, but I do have a Reanimator number 1 signed by Jeffrey Combs, graded CGC out there somewhere.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was my number 4, Reanimator.
It's my
Okay.
number 2.
Ah, shit. Okay.
I'm
And
the only one that didn't put it on my list, only because you guys had
But-
it, so I knew it was taken
but
care
you
of.
regretted it, yeah. Like you were like, shit, I forgot Reanimator, and I was like, don't worry about
I
it.
mean,
I did.
that will still count it as you had it on the list. You were just trying to be different,
Well,
Right.
that's Shaun of the Dead. It's like Shaun of the Dead with me. I would have had it on the list, but I wanted to just distinguish myself. too.
Yeah.
Okay, John,
I just
you're
thought,
number
like-
6.
So my number 6, I believe, overlaps with Sal, Shaun of the Dead.
Okay, Shaun of the Dead. Perfect. Okay. All right, we're going to move on from that then. Sal, what's your number 6?
It's what I told you. Night of the Dead. Night of the Living Dead. that you
Okay.
picked. Yeah, that's
Kevin,
my
what's your number 6?
Day of the Dead.
Okay, Kevin's.
Very cool.
I tell you, George Romero is probably smiling right now from below the grave right now because we're getting him so much love and respect.
Now, this is
Well,
the one I'm thinking about with we're introduced to Butch or something. What's that character's
Bub.
name?
Bub.
Bub,
You saw
thank
the
you.
zombie Bub?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's a very interesting character. Basically, the scientists, they're underground. You have the crazy military and scientists trying to coexist. And Bub is being trained to kind of be human again. And they're making progress.
Yeah, it's very fascinating.
They're making progress. Bub is learning just, trying to be human again. And then when his favorite scientist gets killed, of course he's depressed because, he liked him.
Yeah.
And then Bub takes vengeance.
Yeah. What's really cool about like the Romero movies, if you continue to watch the whole series, the zombies get smarter and smarter, which is super cool. And I don't want to
really into
Right.
that, aren't we?
I don't want to ruin one of your movies, but when we get to that point, we can talk about it. But that is a really cool element about his films, man. Like it's almost like warm bodies a little bit. They don't go back to human, but they start to get smarter. And it's like, oh shit, these guys are starting to catch on what's going on. Like can't outsmart them like you thought you could. With like random, oh look, there's a firework. They're like, nah, no, I see what's going on there. So that was always super cool about that, man. He really progressed the whole like infection part of it. Like they're starting to get smart now.
We might see the final movie in the series. I think it's called Twilight of the Dead. I believe his family's working on that, trying to get it made.
His daughter's making one now called Queen of the Dead.
Queen of the Dead.
It was filming in New Jersey, and I actually sent out for that. And I was supposed to go, but then like it was on a day I couldn't go. I think had a show or something. Shit. It was like 6.5 hours away. I was like, maybe.
That's pretty far.
Yeah.
Very cool. Day of the Dead. That is Kevin's number 6.
And it also had one of the most violent endings.
Oh, God. Boy, did it ever.
The a-hole military. I mean, I didn't feel sorry for him, of course, but just the way he went out, boy, oh boy, did he go out.
Yeah, I watched this with a buddy of mine that I met on set, and he went with me. It was like a film festival thing, and it was the afternoon during the week, and I went and I met up with him. And I had no idea what I was in store for. I mean,
oh, no.
Good Lord. It was a lot.
There's a lot of sausages being pulled out and being eaten, essentially.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Sure.
It's true. Okay, we're going to go with my number 6 really quickly. Dead Snow. Number 6 with a bullet.
That was a fun movie.
Wasn't it, though? Yeah.
I like that.
A lot of fun. Interesting that they also homaged Army of Darkness, Evil Dead. Primarily Army of Darkness, though, I think, in Dead Snow, which I thought was really cool of them to do. So I'm going to pull up a photo from Dead Snow.
You like a lot of Nazi zombies.
It just so happens there's 2. Relax, Sal.
There is a sequel to that, though, right? Red Snow?
Yes, there is a sequel. I've not seen the sequel. To talk about Dead Snow really quickly. Dead Snow came out in 2009. A party of, I think there was 8 Norwegian students. I think they were medical students. They traveled to a remote Arctic mountain for a party weekend, if I recall, for skiing and stuff. And after one of their group disappears while he's going on a hike, a mysterious local resident tells the remaining visitors that what happened was during the days of World War II, a battalion of Nazi soldiers disappeared into the nearby woods after the residents turned on them, and that their zombified corpses remain on the prowl in the area. And of course, there is some tie to Nazi gold, which I thought was super cool. So we get like Norwegian students fighting Nazi zombies in the snow. It is so worth it. It is so worth it.
So good.
You can watch the subtitled or you can watch the dubbed. I don't give a shit what you do. It's that good. It is Dead Snow. And I highly recommend. Let me see if I can pull up where you can watch it at. Give me a second for this.
Actually, I have those on DVD somewhere in my collection.
They have it on, it says Watch Now. I don't know what Watch Now is, but there's an app called Watch Now, and it's free on there. And it may also be free on YouTube, so you might want to check there too.
Yeah.
But well worth your time, and I have that as my number 6. John, what do you got as your number 5?
I'm sadly pretty much tapped out because we've all mine was Zombieland.
Okay. And Big Sal, what do you got as your number 5?
My number 5, it's the reason I have it at number 5 was because I was convinced that these people were being murdered really, and it's called Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh, yes.
The director had to show up in
court. Yep, to prove it.
And prove that these people were not murdered.
Jesus
the actors have to actually appeared in court to prove that they were still alive.
Yeah, he told the actors to, not have no contact for like a couple of months, and people literally thought that they were dead. Like I've seen the movie and I was just like,
it looks like a documentary. It really looks like.
I thought it was.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I was like, dude, if Donald can't handle Dead Alive,
he can't handle Cannibal Holocaust.
He will not handle Cannibal Holocaust. Like that was.
No. And there were crimes against animals really committed in that movie too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's dude, it's hardcore. And I'm just like,
Jesse says he's never seen it.
Wow. One time watch. That's it.
Yeah, it's one of the most controversial movies ever made. That's up there with Salo, 120 Days of Sodom, basically. It's
Yeah,
up there.
Totally
that
not
one,
my
and
jam,
and
no.
a Serbian
Oh yeah,
film.
Serbian film, which I've heard
Yeah.
about. Which I've heard about.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Let's move on. Kevin, what's your number 5?
Well, staying in the spirit of Romero, Land of the Dead.
Wow, Kevin just went straight Romero the whole time.
damn.
And brother,
but now talk about the cool part about that
yes,
is how
yes,
they
the evolution of the
Yes.
zombies' intelligence.
exactly. What was it? Big Daddy is what they called him in the
Yeah,
movie.
Big Daddy, Big
Yep.
Daddy.
They were blowing off the fireworks and trying to get their attention to go elsewhere, and he said, "Oh no, I see what's up, man." And he kept marching right on to where they wanted to go, man. It was cool. Again, like that evolution of them getting smarter and smarter. It started with Bub and moved on.
It's
And by the
interesting
time-
that not a lot of people connected that, though, because not a lot of people watched his earlier work
Sure.
and then watched this. And they, after watching the remake of Dawn of the Dead and then Land of the
Yeah.
Dead came out, and they're like, what the fuck is this? You know, they didn't
Right,
get it.
right.
They didn't connect the dots, so to speak.
Well,
I will-
even going before that, going to the second movie, Dawn of the Dead, when they're at the shopping mall. If you think about it, they are
Yes.
kind of. Wait a minute, you know what? I used to shop here.
Oh, yeah.
exactly. That's what they said. Yeah,
Yeah.
they reverted back to a place that they knew.
Yep.
So that's why they ended up at the mall like that. Yeah, it was super cool, man. Like, again, but you said it though, Donald. People don't pay attention to that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
and they don't. But then, like, I just want to say, if I was ever in a zombie movie, I want Romero's Night of the Living Dead zombies as opposed to the Dawn of the Dead remake zombies, because I don't care how much cardio you do, you're not outrunning that shit. It's not
Mhm.
Yeah.
happening, dude.
That's
Um,
true.
which one was a zombie movie that the zombies would have guns and shoot back?
Oh well,
what's that?
in this one, I thought there was a scene where Big Daddy used a
I
gun on
thought so,
somebody.
too.
I thought so,
Is
too.
Is it
Yeah.
this one?
I think it
I
is.
think it is this one.
I think it is.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
Big Daddy, Big Daddy did get like a gun, and he was like,
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
off.
Now I will
Okay.
say, Bub had the gun first, and
Yes,
Dave
yes, he did.
He did have
Yes,
the
he
gun
did.
first.
Yes, he did.
Also
kinda-
true.
we should
They
do
were
that,
working
too.
towards that. Yeah. Yeah. They absolutely
Yeah.
were working towards that.
And
But
the
that was
fact
a
that these
military
zombies-
base, so there's guns everywhere.
And the
Yep.
fact that
Yeah.
these zombies conspired to invade this, how should I say, Fortress City. It's not Fortress City, Fortress building.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, here's where it gets interesting.
What's that?
My number 5 was Dawn of the Dead.
Yes, the 78 version or the 2004
The
version?
2004. Have we discussed that yet? This is where I feel like
All
we
right,
have.
that's my number. That's my number 3, actually.
Okay.
interestingly
And
enough.
John, have we discussed it on yours?
I have it. It's number 3 on mine.
Okay.
Okay, so we're
And,
tied with John.
and
I have it at number 4.
okay, so
Alright,
we're
so-
gonna
alright,
do
so
this now,
everybody
guys. Dawn of the Dead.
What's
We're talking about the Zack Snyder version, though, right?
Yeah, Zack Snyder version.
I love both of them, but I enjoyed Zach because what he did, which a lot of other people don't do, is to bring the original characters into that movie, like the crazy leader biker. What's
yeah,
his name?
Tom-
Wasn't
Tom-
Bub
Tom-
in this?
Yeah, Tom Savini, and then the
Tom
black
Sturridge
dude.
wasn't- I think he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the black dude was the priest, like talking on the television.
Mhm.
I forgot what the girl was actually a zombie that was in the original one. She was the zombie that got shot in the head, and then I just love it. I just like
It's
everything was
really
just
well
perfect.
done. This revitalized, brought back the zombie film franchise, like the idea of it. And then it wasn't long after this we got Walking Dead, right? It was like not long at all.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the comic. You talking about the comic book or the
No,
TV series?
the TV series.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the TV series probably came out maybe 4 years later.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 years after the comic book came the TV series. We were well into the 70s, issue 70 or something, I think, before The Walking Dead started, which is a good number because then when they tried to do another series by Robert Kirkman, it didn't work out because he wasn't far enough ahead, so he hadn't written it. So they started going off script, so to speak. That's why The Walking Dead has, been so successful for him and worked so well. From like zombie baby being born to like just great character actors. I don't know, this white dude over here in the corner with the white shirt and the tan pants, he was in a series about a girl that was like psychic or some shit, and I can't remember who it was. It was like one of the Arquettes. I think it was like Patricia Arquette or something. And she was in a series on NBC.
Talking about yeah.
Yeah, you remember
I
that,
don't know
right? He played the husband. And I was like, wow, this Tim Roth looking motherfucker is really cool. Like, he's a really good actor. And then he shows up in this, and I was like, hot damn, I'm all in. I watched it because of him. Like, in
Michael Kelly?
In Ving Rhames.
Is it Michael Kelly?
Yeah, Ving good in that.
I mean, if that's his name.
Oh, no, Jake Weber. Jake Weber. That's what you're talking about.
I don't know. Sure. Jake Weber. Jake Weber, everybody. Okay. All right, yeah, but great performances, great film. And obviously very high on the list for everybody.
The very end, the very, very, very end, when they brought that song from Disturbed, Down with the Sickness. Oh man!
But they used the Richard Cheese version, which was fantastic. Yeah. What a great choice! By the way, my number 2 and my number 3 have already been done, so I'm sure we're starting to get down to the nitty gritty where a lot of people's stuff has already been done.
My 2 and 1 have been done already too.
So number 4 now, John, is going to be yours. So let's see if you have one that hasn't been done.
I do not. It's Return of the Living Dead. So
okay,
yeah.
All right, Sal, what's your number 4?
We just talked about it. Dawn of the Dead.
Nice, Kevin, your number 4.
It was Reanimator.
All right, we're going with my number 4. That's what we're doing. I'm talking again. I'm sorry, guys, but I don't think that this one's been discussed, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong. Give me a second. I think you did the sequel, Kevin. It's 28 Days Later. We haven't done the original?
No.
Okay. So my number 4, 28 Days Later.
That's my number 1.
It's your number 1. It's great.
That's my number 1. Yeah.
What is it? Danny Boyle directed this, wrote and directed it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's starring Cillian Murphy.
Oh, sorry. Alex Garland wrote it. I'm sorry, but Doyle directed it.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And Cillian starred in it, and what a fun, fantastic film. Starts out the exact same way as The Walking Dead and Resident Evil, where they wake up in the hospital on a gurney, and there's no one around, but there's chaos.
But it came out a year before the Walking Dead comic.
That's fair. I'm just saying, like, we had 3 general ideas at the same time, kind of circling each other, and it's that interesting way that happens, and it does happen. It can absolutely happen. Yeah,
it happens.
Yeah. What is your favorite part? What do you like the most about this? For me personally, it's gonna be the juicing of the guy that lived in the building, the old Scottish. I want to say this Irish Scottish dude. What's his name?
Gleason.
Patrick Gleason.
Yeah, that was so tragic. That was so tragic.
Yeah.
Especially when he tells his daughter, get away from me.
Yes.
Because
it happened so fast in 28 Days Later. Yeah. Anybody else have a favorite moment?
My favorite moment that, man, like, because I wanted all of them to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you knew.
Yeah, but when the car shuts down.
Oh,
and they're making so much noise.
Yeah, tragic.
And then you just hear just a flood of the zombies just like running, not even running, they're sprinting.
Yeah, these are athletic. They're athletic.
Very athletic.
Yeah.
They would have won some sprints at the Olympics, the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, for sure. They had their Wheaties that morning.
Let's go to John's number 3. John, where are you at with number 3? Did we already discuss it?
Yeah, I'm busted again, man. It's Dawn of the Dead. So
that's fine. Dawn of the Dead's a great film.
Well, wait, was it 2004 or 78?
No, it was the remake.
Okay.
That's funny. I thought one of you guys had 78 for some reason.
Maybe.
You know what? I think I might have messed up when I put that on there, but no, it was the remake though. So yeah, no.
Sal, what's your number 3?
Number 3 was Dead Alive, which you did not like.
Kevin, your number 3. Moving on very fast.
Let's see. My 3 was what was it? We said it already. It was
okay.
No, sorry, Dawn of the Dead, 2000.
All right, and my number 3 is Train to Busan, so that's a bust. Well, let's go to number 2. What is your number 2, John?
Night of the Creeps.
Night of the Creeps. All right, Sal, your number 2.
Reanimator.
Reanimator. Kevin, your number 2.
Shivers.
Oh, we're going with Kevin.
There we go.
1975. This is 1975. This is David Cronenberg's very first film. And some people felt it was like an allegory towards STDs at the time and whatnot, because it involved a parasite that was developed, and it could take over a human organ, take over the function of your body. So kind of similar to Night of the Creeps in a way, because it does involve this, getting.
Is it
into
good?
your
Is it a
mouth.
good film?
Oh, it's really good. It's
Okay.
really good. Oh,
I'll
yeah.
check it out. I've never seen it.
Rotten
think
Tomatoes
like
gives it a 85%.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it's really good. But it's similar to Night of the Creeps. You take people. You open your mouth and the creature goes into your mouth, and it has, like I said, a lot of allegories, a lot of innuendo. And it all takes place mostly in this apartment building, and just little by little, people are being infected. And the end of the movie is even more crazy, on how it, how it ends. It's pretty nuts. But it's a good movie because, everything's leading to one thing to another. You're seeing how the pieces are coming together. So I like it. It's one of my favorite zombie movies. Like I said, I'm a big fan of David Cronenberg's early work. So it's up there for me.
Man's
How
got
about you? What's your brother Sal? Brother Sal and brother John. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
Oh man, you guys gotta check it out.
Yeah, I'm definitely check it out.
Wow.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I will watch Train to Busan by the end of the month, and you watch Shivers by the end of the month.
Oh,
good.
I'll probably watch it this week.
Okay, cool.
And Kevin, that was your number 3 or number 2?
2.
Number 2. Okay, my number 2 has already been done as well. Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
And I put it at number 2. My number 1 is a different story. John, let's go. What's your number 1?
Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead.
You already-
Great film,
Yeah, I'm
though.
tapped.
Classic. Sal, you're number 1.
It's 28 days later.
Nice. We just talked about that,
Yeah.
so that's also cool. Kevin, you're number 1?
Oh, I wanted to. Oh, go ahead.
What?
Go ahead,
Go.
Kevin. Well, I was gonna
My-
say Resident Evil. Nobody woke up in the hospital in the first one. That was the ending of the first one.
I thought
I'm
the
kinda-
first
I'm kinda
film of
glad
Resident
nobody
Evil,
picked
she
that movie.
woke up in the gurney. No?
No, that she woke up in her shower.
Oh.
The first one. Yeah, the
Okay.
second one. In the ending of the first one, she woke up in the gurney because they were actually injecting the T virus in her, and her
Same
body was.
fucking thing.
It's not the same, sir.
It's the same kind of
Ending-
thing. Big Sal, shut your mouth. Shut your
I'm gonna
mouth.
see
Shut
you
your
tomorrow.
mouth.
I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
Cardio. All right, Kevin, what was your number 1?
My number 1 is a little out there.
What was your
A
number
great
2, though?
movie. Already said it already.
Well, then there we
It
go.
was Shivers. It was
Okay.
Shivers.
All right.
Yeah, my number 1 is a remake from 1950s, but the 1978 version, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Because in a way, it kind of is zombie movie like.
That's outside the box, man. I like that. I like
Yes,
that.
yes. I love
Very-
this movie. I love this movie. This is so
Yes.
good.
I would say that's more Alien Invasion.
It is. It's Alien
That's more
Invasion,
V.
But Night of the Creeps is also kind of an alien invasion in
It
a sense
is.
with the
True.
creature. I mean, again, this is out there.
Yeah, that's
This
a tough
is out
one.
there.
No, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. This is a good
Yeah.
choice.
It's out there, but it's just crazy how people are responding. And then later on, you find out certain people have already been, for all intents and purposes, they're part of the pod.
Mhm.
And you didn't know it at the time.
Mhm.
Mr. Spock was in on it.
And then our recently departed
Oh yeah, Mr. Donald Sutherland. Yes,
Donald
respect to him.
Sutherland doing the.
Much respect to him.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
that's
wait.
If
That's
not
ending.
the scene you remember all the time is that right there. Absolutely.
And
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 Jeff
is that Leonard
Goldblum?
Nimoy
Yes, it is.
and Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I've never seen this, to be honest.
You
It's
never
a
seen it
good-
before? You gotta
No,
watch it, man.
not this
It's
version.
good.
I've seen a dozen others, but I've never seen this version.
There's
Watch this version. I think is the best one. I mean, some
Okay,
people might argue
okay.
the 50s version is the best one, which is cool.
Yeah.
I respect that. But to me, this is the best version.
Kevin,
Nice.
what year was it they did the remake? Was it 93 or 96? Between those years, what year was
It's
that?
funny you
know?
mention it. There's like 2 remakes after. There's the one in the 90s, and there's the one with let's say Tom Cruise's ex-wife. Good lord, Nicole Kidman. Invasion.
I never saw that one. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that was a remake of that.
Bonnie
Yep.
says I'm back. What I miss? Everything.
Yes.
I mean, literally everything.
Man, I haven't seen the remake in a long time, and I want to watch that for some reason.
This one?
No, the remake. I haven't seen that in ages,
Oh,
man.
oh yes.
Yeah, I kind of want to see that now.
They did another one with what was it? Daniel Craig and in the AMC
That-
chick.
Yeah, Nicole Kidman. That's the one I was talking about.
That's the one you're talking
That's what I was
about.
talking
Okay.
about. It was called Invasion. It was
wasn't
called
good.
Body Snatchers. John, that came out in '93.
Have you ever seen the
It's called-
porn version called Body Snatchers?
No, I have
Oh.
not.
But it's all capitalized. Snatch
Yes.
is capitalized and the ERS is lowercase.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, if this hasn't been done, I just trademarked it, by the way.
Yeah, you
And
better.
I'm filming next week.
There you go.
What's cool? The '93 version has Lee Ermey from Full Metal Jacket and Forrest Whitaker.
Nice. All right, well, we got one number one left. Everybody's done their number ones.
Except you.
This one hasn't been done, and I'm shocked. I'm truly shook, guys, that this is not on anybody's list. Bruce motherfucking Campbell, guys, Army of Darkness. You can't tell me this isn't a zombie film. The Deadite is a zombie, straight up. Like,
That's true.
I wanted to put that one on, but I was like, I already know Donald's gonna do it, so why?
Yeah, that's
fair.
I would have done Evil Dead 2 or the first Evil Dead, but again, we gave you grace.
The reason why I had to go with Army of Darkness over Evil Dead 2, which is a great film, don't get me wrong, but my segue into horror, and this is all credit to my mom, by the way, my segue into horror was Army of Darkness. I wanted to watch it because I watched The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. with Bruce Campbell, and I thought he was fantastic. And I was like, I love this dude. He's such a good actor. He's corny, he's cheesy, he's fun, he's good. Like, he's everything I want. And I was like, what else has he done? And then this movie came out. And my mom was like, I'll have to watch it first. So she watches it, and she's like, I'll allow it. It's okay. It's not terrible. And so I watch it, and like, then I go down a Bruce Campbell rabbit hole, and then I find out that there's more of these films with him as his character. And I made the mistake of watching Evil Dead, the first one, first, which I should not have done, by the way. You need Evil Dead 2 to kind of pad yourself a little bit into, segue into the first, because the first is hardcore, and the second's that healthy mix of hardcore and fun. Mm-hmm. So if you watched Army of Darkness and you haven't seen any of the rest, watch Evil Dead 2 first, and then go back and watch Evil Dead, which I did not do.
What did you think of the series? Did you like the series?
I love the series. It's funny because I worked on set with Sam Raimi at one point, and Sam's assistant was telling me, I was talking to him about it, and I said, hey, Ash versus the Evil Dead, I love this series, man. I was like, it's so good. And he's like, what do you think about the gore? And I said, oh, it's perfect. I love it. And he's like, really? And I said, yeah. And he said, Stars told us to go crazy. Like, they said we didn't have enough. So that's when we got the next season where fucking Bruce Campbell has his head up this corpse's ass inside of a mortuary, and he's stumbling around while it's coming back to life and shit, and he's fighting off another deadite that's coming at him. That shit don't play. You know what I mean? Like, they listened, so they went full on fucking like Evil Dead 1. But I was prepared at that point, so I was okay with it. And as long as there's humor, I can get past it. But it has to be like bloody humor. Like, it can't be like gross out humor. You know what I mean? Like, even that, like, what is it, the Van Wilder, where they shoot into a Twinkie and then somebody eats it or something. It's just gross. It's just gross for being gross. I don't find that funny. Sal does, because he's had many of those, but still.
Yeah, okay. I see him tomorrow.
Yeah. Cardio.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna get my cardio in. Trust me.
Anyway, what
was your favorite scene in Army of Darkness?
Oh my God, Jesus, Sal. There's so many. This is my boomstick, which is right up on the screen right now, is a total classic. Mm-hmm. First you want to kill me, now you want to kiss me. Blow. Another great line. From there, shop smart.
Give me sugar babies.
Give me some sugar babies in there. Shop smart, shop S smart. You got that? There's so.
Close the door.
There's so many classic lines.
Close the door. Were you born in a barn?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course you're born in a barn.
Yeah.
Like,
thanks for the horse blanket. He's the best. He's such an asshole, and it's perfect.
So if you like Campbell, what do you think of Bubba Hotep? Did you like that one too?
Loved it. Loved Bubba Hotep.
Me? Oh, Lord.
My buddy Brock hates me for taking him to see it, but I loved every moment of it. Like, where else are you going to get an Elvis that actually hired his impersonator to take over his life And then the real Elvis falls off a stage, breaks his hip, and ends up in a retirement home in Texas, where suddenly down the street a truck accidentally crashes and spills a sarcophagus of a mummy into a creek that washes up ashore of the nursing facility and needs the souls of people in order to survive, and has to keep sucking the souls out of the largest orifice, which is the asshole. So, yeah, I love that film so much.
Bunch of butt munchers, huh?
Big Sal was like, is there butt sucking in this? Because I'm all in.
Butt sucking, I'm in.
Butt sucking. Or butt chugging, I guess. Whatever.
Ugh.
That's it, though, guys. That's our list. That's everything.
Dude, that's the list.
We've gone through the whole thing. Thank you guys for being with us on this one. I know there wasn't a lot of back and forth, but we wanted to get through these pretty quickly. But we appreciate you all so much, and thank you. Tune in next. I want to say next week, right? Are we doing one next week, or am I off?
I think you're off because you're.
I am off. Yeah, I'm off. So the following week. Following week, we're going to do one. Following week, we're going to do one. Probably my cousin will be on as well with me, I'm hoping. She'll join me, my cousin Lacey, who was here last year, roughly around this time, I would say, or somewhere around there. She got on the podcast as well, so we could have a lot of fun with that. And special thanks to John. John, thanks for being on. Love the shirt, by the way.
Yeah, appreciate it.
It works perfectly.
It's awesome that you came, bro. Yeah. Awesome.
October coming back, man. We gotta get together again often.
Yes. Yeah, because October's
our
horror movie month.
One of our favorites.
We'll come up with some stuff.
And I can guarantee you guys, every week of that entire month, Kevin and I will be in different costumes. Every single week in October.
I like it.
And listen, you guys get to vote. You guys get to vote who does the better costume.
Okay. And 2 years ago, we had a great time. Like I think we were ranking like movies from different decades or something like that. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this will be great. We love it. We're setting it up. It's happening. Nezzy said thanks for the stream. Fun times. Good night, everyone. Sammy says good night, everyone. Mom says night, son. Love you. Aw, love you too, Mom. Love you too, Dad. Thank you for tuning in. And thanks again to John for being our very special guest. Thanks to Sal for being on. We very much appreciate you. And stepping in when Bonnie could not be here, Bonnie. And thanks to Kevin. Jesse Heredia says, yes, Kevin, you better win. Well, Jesse, you're in for a world of disappointment because Kevin has never beat me in any costume contest ever. Ever.
Just dress up like a Chippendale and you'll
basically win. Because I've never worn the same costume more than once. That's the only way. That's Kevin's only weakness. I've never worn the same costume more than once. So there we go. Bonnie says, good night, guys. Kimberly says, bye. No shade now. You guys had plenty of notice, says Bonnie. Yeah, of course. I know. We're not shading. There's no shade. I went out for all 13 of your events this past weekend. I even went to see women expose their breasts so you could have a good time. Yeah, last night. I was like, Bonnie, what do you want to do tomorrow night, Sunday night? And she's like, I want to see some breasts. And I was like, all right,
Bonnie would never go to a place of ill repute.
She did. She so did. You can text her later. Anybody that has Bonnie's number, text her right now and be like, do you look at boobies? She'll be like, yes, I was. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And if you are feeling thirsty, perhaps you should
have a cold, creepy, and sometimes horrific Rumble Pop.
It's very good. It's good for you.